Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Justin Wolf from Wolf Customs. My last two videos have been about me immersing myself in the art of making knives. I want to say thank you to everybody for all the positive comments and everything else. I've had a lot of people ask about, well, what's the prices? Can I get put on the waiting list, and things like that. And I've had to turn every single person down because I was just learning. I'm still learning, and I didn't feel that I was ready to take orders. I didn't feel that I was able to put forth the best quality knife that I could possibly make. Well, that has changed. I do feel that I'm in a position now where I'm making some very nice quality knives, and you've seen in my last video that I put it through some nice tests and everything else, and it held up extremely well. So this is the first knife that will be for sale. I'm calling this knife the Razorback, and for this one I gave it a nice finished blade. On the last two, the first one I left the heat treat scale on, and then the other one I gave it a patina finish. This one, like I said, I wanted to finish the blade because there's people out there that really enjoy a nice finished blade. For me, myself, the prettier the blade, the less I want to use it because it's pretty. I like my knives to be very functional, and I like them to look like a tool, so that's why oftentimes I'll leave the heat treat scale on them. Then I'm not inclined to just set them aside and look at them. I'm inclined to actually use them. This knife, you can actually compare this knife to your high-end knives, like your Battle Horse and everything else. It's finished very nice. The scales meet the tang beautifully. There is no, it's perfectly flush. You can run your fingernail across it and it doesn't snag or anything else. I've gotten it to where my scales are nice and smooth, and it just fits the hand very nice. This knife is extremely sharp. I'm not going to show you how sharp because this is a customer's knife. If you want to see how sharp they are, we'll take a look at this video. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to push my knife. I'm not going to pull or cut or anything else, and let's see what happens. And you can see that the hair is just falling off in clumps. Just falling off. Very ridiculously sharp. That's all there is to it. I could sit here and just shave my legs bald. That's my personal Razorback, and that one is, ridiculously sharp. This knife here is just as sharp as that one, so very pleased with the way they're coming out. So a few specs on this knife. I know that people are going to be interested. This thing was designed as a practical everyday carry, but yet still be a fixed blade. Some people just prefer a fixed blade over a folder. I'm one of those people, but your choices are limited. So I made this 6 3/4 overall length. The blade is 2.5 inches long, the cutting surface anyway. It's made out of 1/8 inch 01 tool steel. and the scales are OD green micarta handles. You'll have two choices on the scales. That will be OD green micarta and brown micarta. If you want, like, you know, some kind of exotic wood handle or something like that, it will come at an additional cost. There's several different ways that you can place an order for one of these things. You can have a nice finished blade. I can leave the heat scale or the heat treat scale on as well. Now, as far as sheaths go, I'm currently working on trying to get the items together so I can get set up to make Kydex, basic Kydex sheaths for these. That way it can actually come to you in a nice quality sheath that you know is going to last forever, but I can keep the cost low. Or you can step it up, and if you want to have like a leather sheath, this is the general sheath that will come with the knife if it's in leather. The knife fits very good because I've learned those flares right there can be wet formed so that the knife really snaps into place, snaps into place inside the sheath. Very nice. I have a squirrel throwing things at me right now. Bloody savage. And I think that's definitely helped me, and it's going to continue to help me evolve with my knives, is being a leather worker first, because I know what knife is going to work well with leather and what knives are going to work better with Kydex and everything else. So if you want to know the prices on this knife and everything else, come take a look at my website, wolfcustoms.com, and it will have all the options there, plus it will have pictures of, you know, the other knives that I've done with the heat treat scale on, or the patina, or the wooden handle and things like that. And it will give you a list of options and prices. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed me immersing myself into making these knives. And all I can say is there will be more knives to come. I've had a lot of people say, well, can you offer that knife in a larger model? And yes, that is going to happen. I am definitely going to have a couple more knives that I'm going to offer. This was just the first one. There will be a larger model, and of course I will probably continue on making the Stalking Wolves. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed all these videos. I know that I'm looking forward to putting the knives to rest for a while and actually getting out and having some good quality time in the outdoors and not worrying about business. So anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed it, and as always, have a good one.